Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you the 3 ways. So the first one is going to be spinners, second one is going to be twitching jigs, and the third one is going to be a float fishing with eggs. 2 ways, one for chinook and one for coho. It's coming right at you. So for the spinner rod, it's going to be a Okuma Elite Series Guide Select Pro, medium action, 1/4 unannounced 4 ounces, a 9/8 rod. This is a really good spinning rod because it's really long and it has a lot of backbone, and that lets you get the fish and set the hook really well. And while you're fighting the fish, you don't lose it. While if you use a float rod, it's too sensitive and it will lose the fish for you. So I got a Same Art C40 spooled up with 15-pound test on this reel, and I have a swivel that I'm going to tie on. I'm going to use a fisherman's loop to tie it. You go like this, you make a loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then you see this big loop. This tag end will go in this loop, then you pull, and then straighten it. Pull on the swivel to see if it'll break off. If it'll break off, retie it again. See, that broke off. So now I have to retie it. Like this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then tag in the loop, pull. And then if you have still a little bit like this, you can get your 2 nails, 2 fingernails, and pull it like this. That's how it should look. And then you clip off the tag end like that, and that's your final product. Then you get a spinner. You can use Blue Fox, Meps, or any kind of spinner that you like or that looks good to you, as long as it has any silver, gold, or copper on it with another color. So now I open my swivel, and now I get a spinner here. So I'm using Blue Foxes because that's what I prefer. Other people might use a spinner with a hoochie or a Meps. So right there, and that's your final product. And then, so let me put this on, set it aside. And now I'm going to show you how to do a jig fishing. So I have my twitching jigs right here. And if you don't know what's a twitching jig, it's just a lead jig head with rabbit fur or any fur. And then, so this is how it looks. And this way is really simple. You cast it and you just jig your rod up and down. And then, so you don't need any swivel on this one. But for this one, I'm using a bait casting reel. And for this, you can use the same rod for the spinning reel as I use for the spinners. but I prefer a bait casting reel because it's easy. It's like these jigs, it's like bass fishing for coho, so that's why. And then, so it's, again, but a 9.6 to 10.6 rod, medium action, and this time I have a 20-pound test that I can tie the twitching jig on. So this twitching jig, it's called a Hawken twitching jig. And these twitching jigs, a lot of companies produce them, but the two companies I like are the Hawken ones and the Mustad ones by Addicted, a fellow YouTuber. So right now I'm tying it on. All you need is to tie the fisherman's knot. Pull that in. Tighten it. And there you go. You're fishing right there. Reel it up. And that's how you twitch jig fish. And now I'm going to show you how to fish for fall chinook and coho. There are two different ways to catch them. One way is for coho and the other way is for chinook. For the chinook one, it's more for deep holes and like big eddies and stuff like that. But while this one, you can fish for like 3 to 4 or 5 feet of water. While the chinook one, you can fish for like 20 to 30 feet. So now I have my float rod, which is an Okuma SST rod with an Okuma Samar C40. This one is with 30-pound high-vis braided line. This will keep your line off of the water, and this will help you mend the line for the bobber. This is a 10.6, so I can really get out there and reach to mend my line. So right here, I'll have this like this, and then you can use a rubber bobber stop or a braided line bobber stop. I prefer the braided line bobber stop because it's easier to pull on. So here's a braided bobber stop. Thread it through to whichever length you prefer. The farther you go on the line, the farther down your bait will go. So I put my bobber stop at around 5 feet for where I'm fishing, and I don't tag in because I'm fishing so low. And for this reason, because I can always move it up, and if I need to go deep, I can just pull it up and tag it in, pull it, and that's how you do it. So for this, and then you also have a bead like this. You thread it through. Thread it through like that. And it should go all the way to your stopper. So like that. And then I use a corky just so the bead could push up all the way to the stopper. It's optional, but I like to use it. So I have it like this, and it pushes it up all the way like that. Then comes my float. I like to use from a 3 ounce to an ounce to an ounce and a half. But guys can use. I see some guys use from 3/8 of an ounce to 2 ounce to 2.5, 3, and all the way up to 5. So you wet the line. If you're using braided line, then that will make it easier for you to put your bobber on your line. So you thread it through like that, then you get a second bead. Like this, and it should be like this. Then use an inline weight. This is for coho. I like using a 3/8 ounce if I'm fishing for coho, and I'm using a 3/4 ounce hook, or 3/4 ounce bobber. So match your weight to your bobber. So I do the fisherman's knot, but this time I have to wet the knot because this is braided line. So like that, then pull it through. And right there, that should be your final product. And again, test it. See, that was weak. That was a weak knot. Always test it, or you might not test it once. You hook into a fish and you lose it. So right now I have to redo it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that. Open it. And pull it in. And see, that's a strong knot right there. Cut that top tag end off. And now for the egg loop knot. I use about a 3-foot long leader. So about like that. And then cut it off. So this is what I use for my leader. It's a 15-pound test, fluorocarbon. And this is for coho. So I do an egg loop knot like this. So you have it like this. Pull the line through the eye of the hook. Then wrap the line around the hook around 5 to 6 times. 5 to 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you get the other side of the line. Just put it a little bit into the hook, and then right here, see, I'm putting my thumb around it. Get this line and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it back on where you're holding your thumb, and slowly pull it through like that. That's an egg loop knot. And right now, I'm using a 2/0 hook for coho because they're a lot smaller than fall chinook. So now I will tie this to my inline float right here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it right here and pull it through like that. wrong knot. Right there. And that right there is a coho setup. You got your stopper. You got your first bead that comes up all the way to your stopper, and then you got your corky, which is optional, but I use it, that pushes your bead up to the stopper. You got your 3/8 ounce to 5 ounce bobber. Then you have another bead, and then you have a 3/8 ounce of a line, of some line. No, sorry, of a 3/8 ounce of a weight right there. And then you have a 3-foot leader of 15-pound fluorocarbon with a 2/0 hook and an egg loop knot on the hook. And that is how you set up for coho. Now I'm going to show you how this bobber set up for chinook. So you have to clip off the leader and the inline weight. And now this is how you will set up for fall chinook. So you get your swivel right here. So right here you have your line, and then you'll tie a swivel to it, not an inline float, not an inline weight. You'll tie it like this, and then you have to go like this and wet your knot. So like this, and then like that. You have a nice good knot. Tag it off. And now, instead of doing the inline float, this is how I'm going to show you. You get like a foot of 15-pound fluorocarbon. Then I have a 2-ounce cannonball weight. You tie one side of the line to the cannonball weight, like this. And careful, this is really critical. If you don't tie it correctly and you just cast it out, it'll just fall off, and then you'll lose $1 worth of lead. So right now, you see this eye right here, this metal eye, and that's where you will tie your weight to it. This is also a really good method of fishing it, because you can just tie it on, and if you get snagged, you can just break it off and you can retie. You don't lose your whole thing. Like this. And now I get my 4/0 hook. I don't know you. So right here, like this, and it's supposed to look like this. And now for your 4/0 hook, again, get 3 feet of line. Like that. You have a closed swivel. And now, again, for the egg loop knot, you have to go like this. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you put it into the eye of the hook, just barely. Then I get this tag end and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pull it through. So like this. And then you tie it to the swivel like this. The fisherman's knot. Like that. Like that. So, and then your deep hole chinook fishing. And then for both egg loop knots, open it up like this. You put your eggs on this 1, 2, 3. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. You are watching the channel called Fish On Fishing Adventures, and there will always be more videos. I will be posting 2 times a week, one cooking and one fishing. Also, I might throw in some pickling, preserving, or like to make jam or stuff like that. I will be uploading two times a week, maybe 3, and I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you want to stay tuned to watch more videos. Bye!